Oh, hello there. Just down at the plot finishing off my polytunnel lights. So let me show you what we're doing. So as people will know that we've got a solar panel out of the back there. This feeds into this controller. I'll put links to the solar panel and this controller down in the description down below. And then this links into the 3 switches. And switch 3 is now for the polytunnel. So let me show you how it's all wired up and talk you through it. So I used some old network cable that I had just because that's what I had free, and it comes down the side of the shed here, then it goes into the ground here, and you see just down there it goes into a piece of plastic conduit underneath there, which then that takes it across the ground to the polytunnel cage, the fruit cage, sorry, and then that takes it, it's strapped all the way along the top of the fruit cage. Then it comes down this fruit cage pole here, down to the bottom there. Then one wire goes off this way and goes into the brassica cage, and the other one goes through another piece of tubing that comes across underneath the bark and into the polytunnel. And inside the polytunnel, then the wire comes up, joined onto a piece of waterproof LED strip, and that runs all the way down the centre pole of the polytunnel. So the reason for doing this is so that we got some lighting in here, not for grow lighting, but so we've got some lighting in here. So the lighting is really just so that on those cold spring evenings when it's a bit dark and I can't get much done because of the lighting, that I can light this polytunnel up and come in here and potter away while we're here. So what I'll do is I'll come back down later this evening and film it, and so you can see what it looks like in the dark. So it's a cold and frosty day today. It's beautiful with the sun out though, but there's not a lot to do down the plot because it's just the ground's just far too hard, but that's not going to stop me doing a couple of jobs I want to do. But first I want to investigate this and see how deep this ice is. So let's have a look, see if we can get this out in one piece. Might have to tip it, I think. Morning. Yeah, good, thanks. Look. Look at that! Now that's a piece of ice and a half. Okay, it's a bit hollow inside. It's not as thick as it looks, but it's a good. Well, that's a good couple, 3 inches thick. So, good old job there. Like that. Should we smash it? Let's smash it. It won't even smash. Let's have a look. There we go. Whoa, that's some good old ice there. Right. Right, enough of the fun jobs. One of the things that we need to do is to sort out the rhubarb and see if we can get some more water out of the IBC tank, because that's almost filled back up again. So let's sort that out. So I've got this old bin round here for using on the rhubarb. It's not waterproof. I just taped it up to stop the light getting in, but it's full of stuff that's stuck in there at the moment. So old bits of wood and stuff. There we go. Let's got that out. Let's get down to the rhubarb and put that on the rhubarb. So I had initially put this one on there, but I've got another use for this one because this is actually a watertight bin. So let's get this one off of there. And let me bring you in a bit, show you how it's doing. So look at that, that's already starting to sprout up under there, so that's looking good. So let's get the other bin on, and then we'll use the other bin for that waterproof bin, or the watertight bin, for the IBC tank overflow. So the idea here is that what I can do is put this bin here next to the IBC tank and fill it from the IBC tank, and then when I want water, rather than fill it up from there, I can just dip the watering can in and use it like that. So I guess the first thing to check is that this IBC tank isn't frozen solid, and we're not going to damage anything by trying to turn the taps on. So let's get up here. So what I do is I've got this little hose goes into there, and I've just put a little bit of what is crab netting over a pot that sits in there that catch everything. So let's get a pole and see whether this is all frozen up or not. I mean, there's a little bit of surface ice on it, but nothing compared to what was in the wheelbarrow. So hopefully the tap mechanism down here isn't frozen. So let's put the pipe up through there and into there. Let's turn that on and see if we can get some water to come out. Can we get any water to come out? Oh yeah, it's coming out slowly. So let's get a clip for that. Let's just clip that in place. And we're on about 3/4 level at the moment. Or, well, it's nearly full to be fair. It's more like 7/8 for those of you that like your maths. And the idea is that we can just, because this is below the level, we can always just fill this straight up, and then we've got a reservoir of water that we can just dip with, and this will continue to have some space in it to collect the rainwater off the top. Right, while that's doing that, let's get the kettle on. So while the kettle's boiling and that tub's filling up, it's a chance to just have a sit down, take stock, talk about what my plans are for planting this year. Now, I mean, I've got all my seeds. If you watch my previous video, you'll see I've got all my seeds now, and they're all sorted into boxes, so that's a great thing. And obviously loads of other YouTubers and stuff are starting their planting and showing videos of seed sowing. But I think I will probably not bother doing any proper seed sowing for the plot, at least until about mid-February. It's really just down to the fact that it's not that I haven't got the propagators and stuff to actually grow the stuff on. It's just that if we still keep getting cold snaps, the polytunnel, even with a bit of fleece cover, isn't going to protect young seedlings well enough if we're getting temperatures down to -5 and so. And I really just don't have the room in the house to turn it into like an arboretum, really. So I'm not going to be in a position really to start sowing loads of stuff early and then keeping it indoors all around the house in pots. I think the family will just go absolutely bonkers if I do that. What I will be doing is I've got a new propagator set up, which is pretty much in the dark, but it's in the garage because that was the only place I had it, where I've got a heated mat and LED lights in there on timers, and I've also got one of those Garland Super 7 ones which I'm going to put on the windowsill, and I've also got like an unheated propagator on the windowsill. So over the next couple of weeks what I'm going to be doing is looking at microgreens in there. So if you want to have a look at that, hit the subscribe button, hit the like, and you'll get notified when I put that up. As I say, in the next week or two I'll be putting that up, where I'll be setting it up and then following the progress of the microgreens in each one of those different environments, and also using one of the energy plugs that I've got to actually monitor what the energy consumption of each one of those solutions is, particularly between the Super 7 one and the actual temperature controlled one with the LED lights in the garage. And we'll see how those do, and we'll track their progress as they turn into microgreens. Haven't quite decided what we're going to do. We'll probably do some broccoli, maybe some basil, some peas, and perhaps one other crop. So we'll track the progress of each one, and then we'll do a little bit of a taste test afterwards to see which ones have come out the best and which solution works best for me going forward. But for the time being, we're going to carry on just tidying up the plot. We've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beds to say prepare. We haven't made them up yet, so I'll be making up some more of the raised beds, and I'll do a little video on that and how we make up our raised beds as well in the coming weeks. But for the time being, sounds like the kettles are boiling, so let's go and make that cuppa. So turns out it's not as watertight as I thought. So luckily we do have another bin, so let's go and get that and sort this out. Right, so now we've switched bins, and that looks like it's a little bit better than this one. So I might have to try to see if we repair that, or we'll just keep that as our cardboard bin, which I keep one bin with just spare bits of cardboard in for chucking in the composter. So just have to switch them over there, but hopefully that's a good job. So after a bit of a false start with the bins there, managed to get that sorted, and managed to get the actual stove to actually boil, even though the gas canisters were pretty cold. I wasn't sure whether they'd actually heat it up enough. And cheers. Oh, little robin just flew past. It's a beautiful morning. I think I'm going to spend the rest of this time down here, the next 20 minutes, just kicking back, relaxing, and actually just enjoying the plot for once rather than working hard. So join a little bit later. I'll be popping back down in the evening to actually see how that polytunnel looks in the night. So join me in about 10 hours in the middle of the night down on the plot. Till then, cheers. So in the name of science, I've come down in the dark when it's, you still see my breath, absolutely freezing outside. So we're going to see if these lights work. So let's just check outside, see what it's like first. You see, apart from the light from the dark, it's absolutely pitch black out here. So let's see if these lights work. So third switch along, and there we go. And there's the polytunnel. Let's go and check it out. And here we are in the polytunnel with the light strip, and that's, oh, couldn't be more pleased with that. I mean, this is going to be a brilliant working area for those colder nights in the spring and dark nights in the spring when I need to go working. And let's go and have a look at it from outside, because it looks amazing. Look at that. That looks absolutely great. Fantastic. That has worked out as well as I expected, and well, better than I expected, really. And see if I'm out of breath here. It's a cold old night down here. Let's just check the temperature while we're here. According to that, it says, according to the gauge, it says it's -5 tonight. So can't complain. But now we've got a beautiful growing area that we can use at any time of the day. So that's a job well done. Catch you again soon.